Welcome back everyone, Meanpooh here, and today I'm going to test out Middle-earth: Shadow of War, which is an action role-playing game developed by Monolith Productions and published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Shadow of War is the sequel to Shadow of Mordor and was released on October 10th of 2017. Shadow of War continues the previous game's narrative, which is based on J.R.R. Tolkien's Legendarium and set between the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Like its predecessor, the game also takes heavy inspiration from director Peter Jackson's The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings film adaptations. You will continue the story of the Ranger Talion and the spirit of the Elf Lord, who shares Talion's body as they forge a new ring of power to amass an army to fight against Sauron. The game is played from a third-person perspective, following from its predecessor. You control the game's protagonist Talion, who has several natural athletic and combat abilities as a Ranger of Gondor, but also has unique abilities provided by the spirit of the Elf Lord, with whom he shares his body. The player uses their combined abilities to complete various missions, typically aimed to disrupt the armies of Sauron. The game includes main quests that drive the game's narrative and numerous optional quests that can help you boost Talion's abilities and followers via the game's Nemesis System. In contrast to the previous game, which was more of a hack and slash, the game has an action role-playing approach, creating a more personalized experience. The game also features a dynamic weather system as well as a night-day cycle, which affects the gameplay and enemy behavior. The Nemesis System expands upon its introduction in Shadow of Mordor to apply to a larger part of the world, including other characters called followers that have behavior guided by how your player character has interacted with them. You are able to transfer your top nemesis and your most loyal follower from Shadow of Mordor into Shadow of War. It also includes a garrison from which you can access your followers that has either been obtained from multiplayer, relocated with reassignment order, or through opening war chests prior to the game's July update. It also contains loot boxes that you may have already obtained. Your unused loot boxes that may have been obtained prior to the removal of the market still remains. The garrison also contains training orders that are purchasable with Mirian. It's an in-game currency. Spoils of War and XP boosts are still available and can be activated, but not attainable as of the July 17th patch. Moving to the performance of the gameplay, it came with a few surprises, some good and some bad. All the resolutions were at 1080p. I went from ultra all the way down to medium. Just so you know, almost all the cutscenes ran at 60 FPS even while using the ultra preset. I feel regardless of what preset I chose, the game ran without a hiccup. The only bad thing that I saw was that the temps for this game were very high, sometimes spiking to 96. I think that is way too hot for a game. It is also worth mentioning that I did not undervote while playing this and the nitro sense was running normal. So without further ado, here is what I got. After going through these settings, medium is my favorite. It's clear, crisp, and has very good frame rate. The auto config settings just didn't do it for me and had a decrease in frame rate. The settings with the dynamic resolution look like the colors were washed out a little. If I had to pick something positive that I liked about the settings that use the dynamic resolutions, it's that the temps decreased across the board on both the CPU and GPU. It wasn't a whole lot, but every drop in temp helps. When going back to gameplay, the combat was a struggle. You may get away with button mashing for a while, but it will catch up to you. you'll find yourself under attack from too many orcs and spending too much time blocking and not being able to get a kill. As time moves on and you develop your abilities, the game character will start to flow like water and you will feel almost invincible. Don't get discouraged if you fail, just keep trying and you'll succeed. This is one game that every gamer should have in their arsenal, for the simple fact that it's Lord of the Rings for one, and the characters and enemies you'll face are not forgettable, especially when they start taunting you. The game has some RPG elements and will take a good amount of time to finish. So it's not, a short game and you will not feel like you've wasted your hard-earned money after beating it. Trust me, you are in for one wild ride with this one. Here's what some others are saying about the game. That's all I have for this game, which was a pleasure to boot back up into. And if you would like more, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next game. Meanpooh, out.
Well, he's not gonna last. I'll kill him on principle. Go start the signal fire! Should have stepped more carefully. Now all of Mordor's coming for you. Surprise!
You will find him in the Great Hall. This feels very familiar.
You like that?
He is changed. He belongs to the Dark Lord. Your time has come, Nazgul.
I may wear Isildur's ring, but I am not yet a Nazgul. Shelob saw the future that has come to pass. She saw the great eye above Barad-dûr. And she also saw the need for a counterbalance.
Are you that counterbalance?
No. We are.
A she-elf! No escape for you! Taste steel! She's blundered over here!
You claim to have toppled the tower, Ranger. But behold, now I wear his armor. And the tower rises again with an Urukin side.
Borgu.
Brilliant hit! Invincible! I got one of those! He's giving a speech. Got him now! Strike him down!
Am I meant to lie down and die? You first!
You've never seen the likes of me. I can carve you up in more ways than you can imagine. Swing your weapon faster! Brilliant! Carry your corpse to ceremony!
Oh, it smarts, doesn't it? Stabbing me in the back. That went through you, did?
Carve you up! Not today!
Now you have to stones.
The dog's wounded!
Chunt,
I'm much smarter than this lot! That's gonna bother! That must have hurt! Stop tearing them to pieces!